Hey there, guys. This is Harjap, and today we're back with the final Game of Thrones podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 6, the season finale to what I think is one of the greatest shows of all time, if not the greatest. And the ending has a huge part to do with why I believe this show might not be the greatest of all time, but nevertheless, it's an amazing show. The ending is true to its word. George R.R. Martin was absolutely right when he said it is bittersweet. I thought there were a couple of things they could have done differently. I don't completely agree with the ending. Maybe it's just because I see the ending in a different way in my own eyes, similar to many other fans around the world compared to other people. So I don't really know where to begin, but obviously, spoiler alert, please go watch Game of Thrones if you haven't seen it. Do not go ahead after this. And I'm going to get into my thoughts on the episode. Overall, I thought that there wasn't much they could do after the bells. And the bells in itself was a very controversial episode. But I feel like they took an unexpected but still expected turn to the show's ending. So, pretty much what I wanted to happen, let's get into that first. It was obvious, Daenerys had to die. I had two possible options. One, Daenerys and Jon both live as tyrants, but break the wheel and rule together. And I thought that was going to happen before the eventual... I had no idea. That murder of Daenerys came out of absolutely nowhere. That shook me to my core. I was just screaming with my friends, Siraj and Babru, who were also watching with me. I'm like, what? And they're like, what? And overall, an amazing experience because we did not expect that, but Daenerys Stormwind had to go there. She killed one too many people. No, not one. 100,000 too many people to be considered a contender for the Game of Thrones. And then Jon, who was the hero, he was Azor Ahai, the prince who was promised. The man who, I think, aside from Arya, was the biggest influence on why the Night King was defeated, and he defeated the Storm of Fire as well. Jon Snow is the reason all these people are alive. And what did they do to thank him? They send him off to the Wall, where he came from. We're talking about Jon Snow. I might sound mad here, but for an absolutely valid reason. Jon Snow, the hero we're meant to love, sent to the Wall, where he started off the show. Well, he's Lord Commander and all. He's going with Tormund, and I'm happy he finally got a reunion with Ghost. But other than that, I'm absolutely just grief-stricken right now. Because Jon Snow, Aegon Targaryen, deserves to be on the throne. There's no point in revealing he's a Targaryen if you don't do anything with it. They ended off with him going to the Forest in the North. I don't know. It's a pretty closed ending statement, but I really do wish they had a 9th and 10th season to this show, because it truly deserves it. Maybe not right now. Maybe in the foreseeable future, 5-10 years from now, they could have like Arya going west. She discovers Utheros, the 4th continent, from the west side, and then it can be like a massive continent, and then Drogon meets up there, and then there's probably some new people there, and they have their own governing system, and it could be amazing, the show. And then Jon comes back. There's so much stuff they could do aside from Westeros with this whole universe. It does not have to be centered around Westeros. I think Westeros, conclusive ending, but props to my friend and pal, Brandon Stark. The three-eyed raven is the king of the Andals, first of his name, and the rightful ruler of the 6 kingdoms. And Sansa, props to her for making the North independent and being the queen of the North, which truly was a great Game of Thrones move. So I guess you could say House Stark did win the Game of Thrones. They made an amazing comeback from the Red Wedding till now. Amazing comeback. At the end, it was between House Targaryen and House Stark. House Lannister has been completely defeated except for Tyrion. I doubt he'll have children, but he may. He may still end up marrying Sansa, but I don't know if Sansa would let her be Lannister or Starks. So that's in itself a lot of things Arya, I like how they went with her to the west. Overall, I'm happy with what they did with the episode. But I'm really upset what they did with Jon. Bran, I feel like, deserved to be just like their helper. But I'm happy that Sir Bronn of the Blackwater got what he wanted. He got to be the Lord of Highgarden. And he's the Master of Coin. What a props to him. And Sir Davos, good for him as well. He's a Master of Ships. And Lady Brienne, I think she's the commander of the King's Guard, which is amazing to her. Props to her as well. Overall, I think it was a great episode. Not the best, but a good, solid episode. With an ending which I was not satisfied with, but others may be. But if you are that satisfied with it, I can understand why. But it was unexpected. And when, Samuel Tully, I think is going to be the Grand Maester, by the way. But anyways, when he was talking about democracy, I thought they were actually going to agree to him. And I was actually pretty happy when they said, no, we don't want a democracy. I was like, okay, yeah, I don't want it to go to our real world. My favorite part of the book, that's what I was going to talk about, though, of this episode was, okay, I have 3. My most favorite was probably when Jon, the music playing, blasting in the background, he's kissing, making out with Daenerys, looks like they're about to do it again, and then wham, you hear the sword, and he stabs Daenerys right in the heart, just like what Jaime did to the Mad King, Jon, or Aegon Targaryen does to his aunt, the Mad Queen. Amazing scene. That's going to be a part of the top 10 most iconic scene in the video, which I am hoping to make in the foreseeable future. And then the second best was probably when Drogon comes there. He is fully upset. He's just enraged, and you're like, okay, this is it for Jon Snow. I was like, okay, no, please don't kill Jon. And Drogon, true to his word, did not kill his cousin, pretty much, because he's Daenerys' son, and then Jon is Daenerys' nephew. So he did not kill his cousin, and instead he destroyed the Iron Throne, the very thing which caused Daenerys to die, because he knows that Daenerys did too much in order to seize power. The visions of the House of the Undying and Qarth came true. An amazing, amazing episode. An amazing set of events. Thank God the Dothraki and the Unsullied are being sent back to Essos. I'm happy about that. Definitely am happy. But, the Unsullied got sent to the island of Noth. But I have a theory about that too. So Island of Noth, they're concentrated by pirates, and pirates cannot invade. They're really peaceful people. But there's a thing called the butterfly fever, which kills any non-residents of Noth. So Unsullied may be dead now, because if they die of the butterfly fever, they're done, pretty much. But I'm excited to see what to do with the prequels, with Azor Ahai, the Night's King, Bran the Builder, the original Starks, the original Lannisters, and the Children of the Forest, and even the Giants. I really want to see what they would do with the original Westeros series. It will be an amazing thing to watch, in my opinion, and overall, I'm going to miss the show. Amazing show. Amazing, amazing show. Videos you guys can still expect. I'm still going to do Game of Thrones related videos, but this is probably going to be my last podcast related to Game of Thrones. I'm pushing for 3 main videos about it, so the 10 most iconic Game of Thrones scenes, the top 10 best, or all the seasons ranked, and I'm thinking about ranking every single episode in the series. That might be like 5 or 6 parts, but I will rank all 73 episodes with a brief description from me and with a few clips from the video. I don't care if it gets monetized, I just want to do it for the fandom. And overall, I want that to be my greatest video I've ever put out on my channel. And this is probably going to be the longest podcast thus far. We're getting close to the 10-minute mark. I don't want to go on for too long, but I'm really thankful for all the support you guys have given me. I never knew this podcast would be this successful. Through, I'm pretty sure, the 5 podcasts I've had before, I think we've reached around 300 views. And thank you guys very much for that support. I don't know if I have anything else to say, but I guess thank you guys for watching, and I really appreciate you guys' support, bringing me above that 50 subscriber plateau. Let's push for that 100. And hopefully, I'll catch you guys next time. And peace.